In 3, 2, 1, go. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be continuing work on the 2300 Accord V6. So right now we're getting the engine back into the vehicle after replacing all the oil seals. So let's dive right into it. Right now I'm about to get the engine fitted back on the car. Have my engine hoist all set up. Everything's looking good. So eventually I had to disconnect the power steering pump to make things a lot easier. And then I also replaced the rear engine mount. I'm going to use one. So I have it bolted down already, so as not to fight with it. Here's the back of the engine. Yes, I'm going to remember to remove this plastic wrap. So that's it. So I guess I'll catch you fellas when the engine is fully seated in the car. So let's do it! Right now I have the engine back in the vehicle. I have the 3 engine mounts fully bolted. So got a new one right up front here. And then also for the side one, set on the power steering pump side. There is also a new one. And then I have the rear engine mount also bolted up. So I'm going to keep on working. I'm yet to tighten all the bell housing bolts. Did the ones up front already. So right now I'm going to work underneath the car and then at the back of the engine. So let me keep going and get this thing fully back together. Well, made a lot of progress on the Accord V6 engine. I must confess that it wasn't so difficult, but lots of little things to put back together. And obviously it seemed like a lot because I took it apart over a longer period of time. So right now I'm getting the intake back on. I'm here to torque down the bolts to the recommended torque spec. Everything's looking good. I have the exhaust system all bolted up. Have most of the wiring put back already. Power steering pump. Yeah, it's looking like an engine bay again. So let me keep on working and get this over with so that we can go for the first start and finally start enjoying this vehicle. Catch ya. Well, it's almost the moment of truth. The 2300 Accord engine is almost complete. The only things left for me to do are to reconnect the power steering suction hose and then get the radiator installed, and then obviously get a battery on there. We got oil in the engine already. I didn't drain it while I performed all the work, so that should be good. So let me keep working and then we'll fire this baby up. Well, it's that time we've all been waiting for. I have the radiator installed right now, and the only things left to install will be the airbox, and the engine should run without that conveniently because it doesn't have a mass airflow sensor. It has a map sensor instead. So right now I'm going to install the battery and then turn the engine over a couple of times to build oil pressure, and then reconnect the ignition fuel pump fuse so that it can run, and then let's see how it goes. So let me get the battery installed right now. So checking out the display, I can see that the battery warning light isn't coming on. So I need to check out the connection to the alternator. Probably not making proper contact, but everything else looks good. So let's turn it over, see how it sounds. I must confess it sounds alright. Seems it's gonna start once I get the fuel pump connected. But I actually want the oil lights to go off, indicating that it's built oil pressure. But it's obviously got compression, so after cranking the engine over a couple of times, I just reconnected the ignition fuel pump fuse. So let's see if that resolves the battery light issue. Also, I noticed the check engine light wasn't coming on. So let's see how it goes. Yes, everything comes on now. So definitely the fuse that was disconnected was the cause of those two lights not coming on. So I'm going to cycle the key a couple of times and then go for our first start. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Well, it's almost started. Try again. One more time. Kind of seems like the battery isn't strong enough, or for some reason it's not building sufficient fuel pressure. Yeah, yes, it's running. It's alive. So that's it, it's running right now. Have a check engine light flashing. That should get resolved. It's gone off. So let's go see what's happening on the engine side. So there it is. The engine is running right now. Probably have to build sufficient fuel pressure for it to run. But it sounds good. Yeah, I have some fuel leaking down here. Need to get that addressed. Everything's looking good. Sounds kind of quiet. So I'll let it run for a few minutes to see how it does. Well, fellas, after letting the engine run for a few minutes, I found an oil leak around the torque converter area again. Upon close inspection, I initially thought it was the rear main seal or the covert around the rear main seal that was leaking. But when I inspected further, I realized that there was an oil leak from higher up in the engine. And when I checked, unfortunately, it was the cylinder head gasket leaking oil out. So I'm going to try to show you a picture of the area because I can't get my camera to focus right there now. Somewhere around here. But obviously, let me take a picture and I'll show that to you. Obviously, the oil was leaking from the cylinder head gasket and flowing down to make things seem like it was coming from the rear main seal. So It's possible that was the problem all along. I also noticed some brown substance around the cylinder head gaskets that seemed like some kind of glue. So that's where the only oil leak is from right now. So after taking after doing a compression test on all 6 cylinders, I found the lowest to be cylinder 1, which is the first cylinder at the back here. Interestingly enough, the cylinder closest to the leak had relatively good compression. The results are shown below for all the cylinders. So I'll be doing a cylinder head gasket job on just the rear bank of cylinders. So I'll need to buy a brand new head gasket and new bolts for that end. So I guess it ain't time to enjoy the Honda Accord yet. So that's what's up. I'm gonna order the parts as soon as possible. So I hope they arrive on time, unlike before, so we can get this car fixed as soon as possible. So unfortunately, the video is going to be ending on a relatively sad note, but I guess it's all for the best. Get the car in top condition and running without any breakdowns. So if you found the video informative, don't forget to leave me a like. Also subscribe so that you get notified whenever I upload a new video, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so I get notified whenever I upload a new video. Also remember to share this video with your friends so that they can learn from everything happening and you won't make my mistakes. So fellas, till the next video, I wish you all a happy week and stay safe out there. Bye.